but we do have a special guest calling in. You can catch him Mondays on Collider TV Talk as he hosts. He also hosts the Josh Macuga Show. We have the Wildman himself, Josh Macuga. What's going on today, Josh? Hello? Josh, are you there?
Wait 1 second.
Did we lose him? Hello?
1 second.
Oh, Mike, we had this big, grandiose entrance. Josh, are you with us?
I am.
Oh, we had this big entrance, and our producer screwed everything up. We had the Wildman music going on and all.
My fault.
That happens.
Thank you for calling today. How's it going, bud?
Not bad.
So
how you guys doing?
We're doing great. We're just going over some movie and TV news stories here, and we wanted to get your thoughts. You are the host of Collider TV Talk, and we wanted to get your thoughts on some of the current TV shows going on. Maybe some things that are some shows that people are not watching that they should be, and then my partner Bill and I wanted to throw some shows at you that maybe you are or not watching to see, if you've heard of them or if you're watching them. So, so just tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you're doing over at Collider, Schmoes Know, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Collider TV Talk's going strong, and I started talking TV way back when it was just Wildman TV basically on the Schmoes Show, and then finally got a platform over at Collider, and it's been awesome. We're, the ultimate goal with the show is to, eventually take it daily. There's so much going on over there right now that, it's definitely in the mix, with how much is on TV now and how many shows and how much people are consuming and the after shows that go on. And, it's my dream to basically have movie talk at 10 and then TV talk at 11:30. So, it's definitely in the works. I think it's more of a money issue now than anything else. So, and hopefully that happens sooner than later.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be a fan of that. A little bit earlier, I remarked to Bill that, during the winter break over Christmas, all the shows go on their hiatus, and you're like, oh my God, we're in the show hole here. We got nothing to watch. And then, mid-January, everything comes back and you're overloaded with material. You can't find time enough to watch everything. So what shows are you currently watching, that are taking up the bulk of your viewing time?
Well, as a word of advice, I always tell people is that hiatus time when a lot of shows are off is a perfect time to binge.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you have something that you want to get to, or you have a binge that you've missed, that January time is perfect for that. Which is basically what I did over holiday break, and great way to just. When I was back in Pittsburgh and it was cold, I just sat in the basement and watched TV. It was fantastic. So,
yeah, there you go.
What did you binge on, Josh?
Man, David Griffin's been trying to get me in the 100, or the 100 as they call it. So I've basically binged that. Finally binged, what's that British show, Happy Valley, which I really liked.
I know David's all into those British shows.
What's that?
I know David's into all those British shows.
Oh, he loves them. They basically take, the American crime drama, like an NCIS or a CSI, and spread it out over, 6 to 8 episodes, which I really like, because it gives you a chance to really start making some, predictions and fan theories, which personally I'm not a huge fan of. I just like to watch TV and not try to guess things. I hate trying to be like that dude in the room that's like, oh, you just know it's going to be Barney. You just know it's going to be him. That's why I hated Westworld, because it just became a game of which one's a robot and which one's not. I hated that effing show, by the way. And
I couldn't get into it.
But, at this point, hell, Amazon and Netflix are doing such a great job. I finally binged and caught up on The Expanse, which was pretty good. David's been in my ear about that show, which I dig. Man, a lot of these like that, the 3%, that Brazilian show, which was just hot people in rags for the most part.
I haven't heard about that one, but I think I need to watch it.
Hot people in rags. Nothing gets my viewership, like hot.
I'm not sure that Netflix is their site that they called it that. But
yeah. Now, Josh, you bring up an interesting point, and it's been one that I've been tossing back and forth in my head. Now, obviously, you're on Collider. It's got a little more notoriety than the Cinescape, but
yeah, you have a couple more subscribers.
Yeah, a couple more. Only a couple more, but for entertainment's sake here. Now, how in the television circle, how are these shows that are being produced on digital forums like Amazon, Netflix, Hulu? How are you rating those compared to shows that are coming out on terrestrial television? Is the digital market starting to edge out terrestrial television shows more so competitively and both in content?
I think we're in such a the binge culture is so much so that episodic TV is becoming more and more difficult to stomach for. I would say, like, starting with my generation and going younger. Yeah. My parents obviously still love like episodic TV, and I think the older generation that is just now realizing how awesome things like Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu are. It's making episodic TV a little more difficult, and the big problem herein lies is that network television still thinks it's 1975, and that we can't do certain things and we have to do this. And you got to give credit to places like FX and the CW to a certain extent, and AMC. God, the AMC's content is incredible.
Yeah, they push the line all the time.
Yeah, FX and AMC, and Sundance Channel. If you guys ever watch any of the shows on Sundance, like Gomorrah and Red Road and Rectify. I mean, Rectify was unbelievable. The show was so good that they have really put it on its head and competed with the digital platforms for the most part. I still think there are a few shows on network TV that compete, but they're few and far between. And, the more shows they do about, like this time it's cops that aren't as good looking. Wait a second. This time it's firefighters that are like 8s instead of 10s. I don't know. It's like the Chicago shared universe.
Oh,
Did
God.
we need Chicago justice? Like, were we asking for that? I don't watch a ton of procedural television, mostly because we've seen it. It's been done before, and I don't think that I'm missing much. I think that like shows like How to Get Away with Murder, they have their fan base, and I think they're cool. And shows like Scandal and all this stuff, they have huge fan bases. But again, it goes back to the fact that Nielsen ratings are antiquated, and nobody really knows. Ad dollars are still being spent on network television because you have to put it somewhere, and marketing people and advertisers have no idea how to work the digital space just yet, where to put their money, where to advertise, and where to spend those dollars, and where the eyes are, which is why Instagram models are millionaires, because these companies think that that putting the money where they are works. And for a lot of for all intents and purposes, a lot of that does work. Social influencers have like I said, they have influence. So the problem with me with network TV is that they don't take risks, because it's a catch-22, because they have advertisers they have to support. And, I've run into that at Collider. It's like, I personally look at entertainment and what we do as a place to satirize, to have an opinion. That's why we're given the platform, and to give our honest opinion. And, a lot of companies still support us, even when maybe like 4 out of their 5 shows are great, and the 5th one just eats a turd. Yeah. I still have to honestly talk about it. And that's why editorial exists. And that's why the press exists. And I never want to be a troll, but people have to be held responsible for shitty TV sometimes.
Yeah.
Right?
Like a show like yours is definitely one that's, it's for the fans. It gets you out there to be able to talk about, what you like, what you don't like. And then,
right.
The accompanying forums, whether it's, the YouTube or Facebook, Twitter, things like that, it lets, the fans, voice their opinions and, get that
for
stuff
sure.
out there. So,
for
definitely.
Sure. I mean, I think there's a sensible way to troll. And I don't want to, I feel like I give an honest opinion about things, but I don't attack, there's certain ways to do this, and being a Debbie Downer, or like just somebody that goes in there and is like, well, you look unintelligent. And what we want to come across is intelligent and funny. That's all I've ever wanted to do.
Josh.
And hell, sometimes I say some stupid shit, but, you know, what are you going to do?
Well, Josh, I just want to inform you that Sean and I are actually taking a trolling class down in the Washington, D.C. metro area next week at the Washington, D.C. Recreational Center. And it's a Donald Trump class on how to troll on Twitter. So, you know, I think in a couple weeks, you'll see Sean and I, you know, trolling experts. And, you know, we'll just be ripping apart these networks. You know, tremendous. It's going to be tremendous. Let me just tell you that much right there. It's going to be phenomenal.
I look forward to hearing stories from said trolling class.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great. Josh, speaking about Twitter and the internet, now I saw that you posted something about Baywatch's Logan Fowler the other day.
I saw this too.
You know, first off, what struck me is that you actually, you know, found a Logan Fowler reference to you know, put out there. But you know, I just wanted to tie that in. Are you ready for the Baywatch movie that's going to be coming out?
You know what? Okay. First of all, I've watched that trailer probably 10 times.
It's kind of badass, right?
If it's 21 and 22 Jump Street, or if it's like a legit movie. Like, I don't, because, okay, 21 Jump Street was a drama show that had like a little bit of fun to it,
right,
but then turned into two amazing movies that were fun and funny, but also had stakes. I have no idea what Baywatch is, because if you watch the original Baywatch, like, there weren't any laughs in that.
No.
The only laugh was basically the opening credits and the size of the boobs on women that were supposed to be lifeguards.
Right.
Right? But I don't, like, listen, in Rock We Trust. I've never watched something of that dude's and been like, this sucks, because that dude is just energy and charm all the way around.
Absolutely.
But I mean, I'm going to go see it for sure. Because,
absolutely.
I mean, Baywatch shaped my childhood.
Yeah, right? I mean, I just hope Hobie is not in this movie, because Hobie was always a buzzkill, you know? He was like, he would always get around like
Hobie's in jail.
There you have it. Reporting live here on the Cinescape this Sunday afternoon. Josh Macuga has told us that Hobie from Baywatch is in jail.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so... yeah, he was always he always ruined the show, because they would always have some, you know, great dramatic piece to the show.
He was the cock block of the show.
You know, he would always get paired up with like a hot piece of ass that, you know, kind of would have broken their age rule about dating or hooking up at least. And then he would always be so squirrely and say something that just ruined the moment. And they're like, all right, I'm gonna go hang out with Mitch Buchanan.
That guy's the reason I don't live in the South Bay.
What a loser!
What a loser! Yeah,
that's
100%.
You still got the Amish beard, the Amish Logan beard?
I had that for all of 25 seconds.
Yeah,
and then I
got yelled at by the old lady.
I basically grew out the beard for like 5 to 6 weeks, and then shaved in designs to piss off my fiance.
That's great. I mean, you could come back out east here to PA and work at an Amish market over the weekend if you wanted to.
We have one right by where we live.
Yeah,
too.
selling Bavarian pretzels and all kinds of Danishes.
So, Josh, a couple weeks ago, I actually got to interview Hugh Jackman at the Logan press junket.
Nice.
And
where in LA or
in New York?
Okay. Is that where you guys are? Are you in New York?
No, we're in South Jersey when we do our show.
Oh, nice.
Right outside of
we're in South Jersey.
Philadelphia.
Westville, right by Deptford.
Okay.
It's like right over the bridge to Philly.
I used to live in CIO City every summer.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, my parents have a place down there.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I love it.
I know a friend that got herpes down there.
On the West Coast is getting down there.
Yeah.
So I haven't been back in a couple of years, but yeah, I love it down there.
Yeah, but I haven't shaved my beard in quite a while, and I actually did when I was going up to New York for that trip.
Funny.
So my fiance was like, "Oh, you're not going to shave for me, but you'll shave for Hugh Jackman."
Babe, it's Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I had to. I had to look good for him, you know.
I've interviewed him a couple of times. He's a sweetheart of a guy.
He was such an incredibly nice guy. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Because you run into some ass hats interviewing people in this industry, and he is definitely not one of them. So,
while we still have you for another minute or two,
sure.
You had mentioned that David Griffin, like we were saying, is a big fan of like the British shows. I came across a show. It's actually an Australian show. It's called Glitch on Netflix. Have you ever heard of it?
Dude, that's like number 3 in my queue. I got to get to
Yeah.
that show because it keeps looking at me going, you need to watch this. Can you highly recommend it?
I would. It's only 7 episodes, I believe.
Okay.
You know, these group of people return from the dead from like all different time periods, and you know, they're back in action. It was really cool, nice, easy watch.
Okay.
You know, a lot of mystery going on, but it was definitely one that I would recommend. So definitely check that out while you're able to.
I most definitely will. I appreciate the heads up on that one. Because again, Netflix, Amazon, there's so much TV to watch that sometimes stuff just slips through the cracks. That's all I can say.
Yeah, definitely. And is there anything else that's on right now that maybe you don't think a lot of people are watching that they should be?
Oh man, I always recommend Peaky Blinders to everybody.
Okay.
Because I don't think enough people watch that show. I think it's mostly because of the title. Everyone's like, Peaky Blinders, what the hell's that about?
I tried,
and they watch it, and it's some of the best TV, in my opinion, gangster wise. I think that everybody's tried to do like a British gangster show in that era or movie, and it's kind of failed miserably, except for Peaky Blinders. You know, like that post World War I, right in between World War II. It's a weird time in the world, and these guys are just badass. And Cillian Murphy is lights out. That dude is just awesome in this role. And I'm just such a sucker for gangster shows. Anything to do with the mob or organized crime or crime in general, I jump on board. And Peaky Blinders just, you know, and here's the thing too, is I got my fiance into it, and she's obsessed. So you know, it's a good show when you can get a girl to just watches blind spots to actually watch this show. And she's totally on board. So it's something you can watch with, your significant other or buddies, or, you know, go out, buy a 3-piece suit and a hat and start beating up people outside bars. But I mean, I'm not recommending you do that, but if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, I thought about putting it on last night when I was scrolling through Netflix, but I started falling asleep, so I didn't. But I definitely want to check it out.
Like it.
Awesome. Oh, last question. Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Who's your partner going to be?
I can't tell you that, but there is somebody.
Is it a TV Talk crew member?
It is not.
It is not. No. Okay. No. Very interesting.
I mean, I have to beat Jeff Snyder first to invoke my partner team rule, and that match is in a couple weeks. Listen, though, I love the Trivia Schmoedown mostly because I'm such a competitive person, but I also love trivia and game shows. And I have, Jeff Snyder's tough, but he's beatable, just like I think anybody else in the league. Obviously, JT showed that with Viviani. To be honest with you, the guy that scares me the most is Drew McQueen. Mostly because
he was good at his last round. Yeah,
he doesn't talk. He says nothing, and he chose 70s. Who chooses 70s? This guy's like, F you to the rest of the league. I'll take down anybody. He's the silent assassin. He scares me to death.
Well, he does. I know he does a throwback podcast with another local Philly guy, actually. So they're into like 70s, 80s movies. So yeah, he's definitely got that dearth of knowledge there. Okay.
Yeah. He scares me, but no, it'll be a fun announcement if and when I beat Jeff Snyder.
You will. We have faith in you. Yeah, we're going to be backing you the whole time.
I appreciate it, fellas. All the support in the Wildman's corner. That's what I could use.
Awesome. From some PA boys to another one, we're behind you the whole way. If you're ever back,
wait, you're from Philly, and where in Pittsburgh? Where are you from?
We're north of Philly. We're like 25 minutes, half hour out.
Okay, yeah, I can hear the Philly accent now. drinking some water, hanging out by your beer.
Absolutely,
my beer.
Drinking some beers down by the creek.
Down by the creek, yeah, I got you.
Yo, we're gonna draw later with our crowns.
You're damn right we are.
Love it. I love it.
All right, Josh, we wanted to thank you for calling in. Next time you're back home and you want to make your 5-hour trip across state to come hang out with us, definitely come out. We'll bring you in the studio and hang out with you a little bit.
Love it.
Thanks, Josh.
Anytime, guys. Good luck with everything.
Thanks a lot, man. You too. Good luck in the Trivia Schmoedown as well.
All right, boys. Thanks, bud.
Thanks,
Have a good one.
Josh Macuga.
Josh Macuga, baby.
Macuga.